Okay, so I know it's very difficult with a heavy stomach, but I can inform you that the coming session is really very interesting and informative. So let's proceed with the session. Hospitals are being empowered by the information technology these days by making them less dependent upon the papers, especially for the doctors. IT is supporting the healthcare system by reducing the errors and as well as providing many different advantages. Information technology these days is the most powerful weapon which can empower the hospitals from pilferage and many other routine issues faced by the hospitals. Vision Informatics, our IT partner, has come up with a hospital management software with small clinics along with customized features. So, for now, I would like to call upon the dais Dr. Pradeep Jobanputra, who is the Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Computer Science at Shri P.D. Maldaviya College of Commerce, Rajkot, to share his views on the need and on the use of the hospital of the information technology in the healthcare, along with its advantages. Dr. Pradeep Jobanputra, please come on the dais.
Yes, a very good afternoon, everybody. My friends, of course, to this particular conference, the subject given to me is use of information technology in healthcare. Of course, information and communication technology, it contributes for the improvement of not only healthcare, but overall, total as the development of mankind and our quality of life, my friends. But, in fact, what the information is a billion-dollar question. How do we use this information? In fact, how to use the information is a skillful job. And all of you, people who they are in the healthcare sector, they are supposed to be a skillful persons. But what does skill mean, or what the skill is in fact? See, whatever the data comes to us, normally we store the data. Now, until and unless you do not process this data, the information is not generated. Day to day, whatever the data we have should be converted into information. And for that, how to convert it into the information, we have the information systems. But skillfully handling that particular system, it requires the knowledge and the skill. My friends, in fact, whatever comes to our mind, whatever we receive from all five sensory organs of us, whatever you see, whatever you listen, whatever you touch, test, that is basically information for you. Now, if you do not process that information, knowledge will not be generated. But how to process that information? Questioning is a tool to process the information, my friends. If you question the information itself, normally, at the end of the day in every hospitals, we have huge amount of data. But how many of us process this information to conclude out of it and to generate knowledge out of it? See, normally all your case records, that will be the data for you. At the end, of course, we will be processing it up to that extent, how much do we earn out of it? But have you ever thought that there are numerous ways to process it? Maybe one indicator may be what type of the patients do I have. The other indicator is what type of the difficulties they face. The third type is how have they come to us. So many of the things are there to process. Are the replies, answers from those questions we put before the system. But that requires, in fact, my friend, that skill to question the information, to generate the knowledge. Just I was talking to Dr. Sukhwal that, of course, in our system we have a very huge amount of data. What is the difference between our Western and our culture? Whether it is in the hospitals or in the colleges, universities, it's the same thing. We have huge amount of data because of the large number of population. But what a Western doctor or a Western hospital manager will do, at the end of the day, what he is having, he will analyze it. He will try to generate the knowledge out of it. And we just dump down the information. For what purpose? We think that in future I may need it. How to process that information? As I told you, it's a skill, but let me be very clear about the skill, that what the skill is in fact. My friends, some of the students of Mumbai University, they were gathered at the Gateway of India and they were chit-chatting. One of the students from this group, he just spoke out. Hey, do you know I'm going to swim up to Elephanta today? The other guy asked him, hey, कुछ भी तो नहीं है? Are you sure? You're going to swim up to Elephanta. It's a 28 kilometers distance in the ocean. And that guy says, no, you do not know me. Even if Mumbai University conducts an examination of art of swimming, I'll be taught in the university. Now you see, the person says that even if Mumbai University conducts an examination of art of swimming, I'll be taught in the university. That means he is having some stuff in it. And so all of them, they were very much pleased. They danced sometime, took him to the shoulders and threw into the ocean. Now swim. God knows what happened. That guy started sinking. Thank God there were some watchmen. Took him up and asked him, hey, खुदकुशी करने का इरादा था क्या? क्यों डूबा? That guy replies, no, you see, I was to swim up to Elephanta. अबे Elephanta की बच्ची तैरना जानता है क्या? You do not know me. Even in Mumbai University conducts an examination of art of swimming. I am topping the university. अबे top की बच्ची अभी गोटन कर जाता. कहाँ से सीखा तैरना? And that guy replies, 6 महीने पहले दादर में एक पुस्तक प्रदर्शनी थी. I purchased the book worth 500 pages, Art of Swimming, and I know each and every page of the book. Now you see, the guy was having information about swimming, but unfortunately, he had no skills about swimming. See, to gather the information, to convert it into the knowledge, and to put the knowledge into practice will generate the skill. Now once when we say we want to use information technology in healthcare sector, we would require not only the skills to treat the patient, but the simultaneous skill set to utilize information. And that is very, very important. Well, the first part is to obtain information. How to gather information, how to put the information into the system. So for that, numerous ways are there. What type of the information you want, and there are the instrument, either they are gathering the information by itself or manually we feed the information into the system. There are two ways. One is the automated obtaining of information, and the second one is the manual one. Once when you obtain, once when you have the flow. See, for example, many of us over here, many of you are the hospital managers, and I've seen in majority of the hospitals you have the biometric presence marker, right? You put the finger and your presence is marked. But what happens to that information once when you have the biometric information of your staff? Have you ever checked it except your salary bills? If I am there may be a question, okay, I want to know that who among the staff are there who they come always in pair to my hospital. If one is late, the other will be late. If one is absent, the other will be absent. I have the system that what minute, what moment X has placed in and what moment Y has entered. But the question is, the questions do not come to our mind. As a manager, I should have the questions. Simply obtaining information is not sufficient. Number 2 is manage the information. Now you are running a hospital since last 10-15 years and you have the data of the case records of patients. Many of the doctors I have seen, suppose if you go after even 5 years and you give the number that my patient ID is this. Suppose if Ketan Bhai, being an orthopedic surgeon, we may not think that open and on we might be going to him. But to preserve the patient record and keep the record, if I give him the ID, okay, this is my ID, and his office will just find out that, yeah, you had been over here for a week and from this date to this date, this was your problem and so and so. So to manage the information. Now what type of information do we have? How we will have to manage it? And that when the computerization started, it was known as database management. But managing data through database management was a bit easier. Now the volume of information has become so large and so wide even because you do not know when and where you will need your information. And so that now the information servers have become global. So we have global access to the information server, and so that if really we wish that my information should be accessible from anywhere, anytime, I must have the information well managed. And the last part is utilizing that information in a fruitful way for improvement of the healthcare and medical services, performance of human beings and performance of the whole system, as well as governance and management. So, the three things: obtaining information, managing information, and utilizing information. If successfully we convert it into the skill, see, within this 40-45 minutes, I won't be able to impart the skill of obtaining and utilizing the information, but I'm just trying a light, okay, these are the issues one should keep in mind. So what information we have had atop, and now if really we want to utilize, I will use the information technology. Asha, before we go to that, let me ask you people. There are three words that which jumbles into my mind. One, we use the word science, the other use engineering, and the third is technology. The science, engineering, technology, when the student comes to me, and even when we talk, it does not fit to my mind. What are the difference between this computer science, information technology, information engineering? So what in fact the difference between these three words? What is the difference? What is information science? What is information engineering? And what is information technology? Will you please tell me? Feel free just to interact. I hope certain students are there. Nobody. Our lunch was so heavy that, of course, once when you are there in Rajkot, this is the time just to sleep, no? But tell me, just whatever is there in your mind, you see, all of us have learned science up to at least up to 10th, 12th, right? May not be engineering, but technology you have learned. So, has a question ever come to your mind that what is the difference between these three words? What's it? Nothing. No difference. For science is science. Engineering is engineering, you see. And technology, there is technology. Sir.
Information science means the knowledge which we get through the study and through the books, the materials.
Yeah.
I think engineering is a process or a planning how to apply this knowledge.
Okay.
And technology is the means by which we can utilize that knowledge.
Thank you, sir. In fact, the basics of the knowledge is science. In the definition of science, it is very clearly mentioned that science is a quest of truth. It is a quest of truth. Finding out the fact is a science. And so once when you find out the fact, you place that knowledge in terms of principles, in terms of the rules, so that is science. And once when you say medical science is the knowledge, it is the fact, it is a quest of truth. And so that anatomy, physiology, they are the subjects being taught that. But once when you say engineering, before engineering, let me go to the technology part. Inventing the devices out of that knowledge, to put that knowledge into experiment. See, there is a law of science that once when the electricity passes through a good conductor, it resists. Even if it is a good conductor, it resists up to a certain extent. And that resistance generates heat. That is a law, it's a principle. Using that principle, the lamp was created. At the creation of lamp is a technology. But from one lamp to produce thousands of lamps, to channelize it, to maintain it. See, first engine was prepared. That was a part of technology. Now, engineering takes that technology to the people and manages it, maintains it. Now in information, if you say information technology, it is not only IT, it is ICT in fact, my friends. Information and communication technology. Information technology is a part where information is obtained, information is managed, but once when you communicate that information, it comes to the part of information and communication technology. How we at the healthcare sector can use this information technology in our routine to make it smooth, easy, and just to improve it. Okay. From where we begin, as per me, my friends, I think at the center of the healthcare is the patient, not the hospital. Many of us think that hospital is in the center, the provider is in the center. Health provider is one of the areas, one of the domains, but at the center is the patient for whom the total exercise is being done. So let us begin with the patient. My friends, what and how this information technology will modernize the healthcare sector? See, can I ask you that how many of you know about different portals on internet available about which disseminate the patient information? Okay, have you come across any time any of a website which provides information to the patient that suppose if you are in difficulty and you feel the symptoms like this, you can contact this type of the hospital, this type of the doctor. Okay, any helpline service available? Say for example, I'm confused. To whom should I go? What type of the consultant will be useful for me? See, normally we pass through a chain. We go to the family physician first, and our family physician is a helpline for us. Fine, I don't mind. But as a patient, do I have a right to know that who is the right fellow to consult? Can any of the hospital run the helpline services? Yes or no? Yes. Have you come across any such helpline service? No. Have you ever tried the helpline that Amitabh always advertise on television? Just that? Yeah. They say that you demand and we will be helping you. But for the hospital managers, my friends, focusing the need of the patient, it is a requirement of the day that we start the helpline services, especially to help the confused patients. The patient portal, patient puts the detail of him. You see, I'm suffering from this type of disease, and these are the symptoms. I feel I'm confused that what should I do, and he posts. जैसे कि आप Facebook पे एक धक्का दे दिया. Now, in the same way, see, social networking, how we can best utilize this social networking into the healthcare services. One of my friends is a principal of one college in Vidyanagar. Day before, he telephoned me, open my website. I said, what's that? He said, you do one thing, you open it. I opened it. Okay, I opened your website. Now we remember that there is it is login, you see. I logged in and just registered me as a member. Now you do one thing, you can place questions. And I have 200 members of the students, they will reply your questions in different ways and they will be available. See, you can have this device, social networking, just to network your patient and to reply very immediately. Tweeting. See, all these are available things. It's not like that something new we are going to create. How many of the hospitals, they write in their brochures that this is our email of the help desk. You can email us and our consultant will reply to it without any cost. No? Even if you put up email, we as an Indian, we do not have time to reply. Okay. Health information exchange, I told you that how you can exchange your information. I'll show you one thing. That one lady is there on the beach on her smartphone. She is asking for the advice to a consultant doctor. Doctor gets the information on the phone that yes, somebody is calling me, she's my patient and I should reply. So just reply. And my friends, this happened in our scenario too. Once I went to one of our very senior tax consultant who is no more now. But I went to his office. I was just sitting before him and there was a phone call. Blah blah, he replied that this is a term, you can do like this, you can do like this. After the phone I asked him, I said, sir, what was the call for? He said, you do not know. This was a call by which I earned 5,000 rupees. See, he was a lawyer, I am a super consultant, I just gave my consultation and now he will just deposit 5,000 rupees in my account. For him to find out all these solutions, it was very difficult. Even if it goes for 5-10 days, he will not be able to find out that solution which is there in my mind, and just as a ready reckoner, I am giving the solutions to him. In a very similar way, that lady doctor was charging from the patient who was asking on telephone. Fine. But she got the consultation, she got the prescription, and on the bridge from the ATM type machine, she got the medicine. Automated dispensing system. Yes, we have ATMs now. Fine. So we are not very far from that system. Yes, that system may come to us. ATMs are acceptable. It is very well accepted by the people, and so we may not doubt that whether the automated dispensing system will be adopted or not. Yes, that will be. So that health information exchange, enterprise reporting and analysis, ERP, enterprise resource planning. For all managers here, please keep in mind this word, because once if we have taken already the sector of health as the industry of health industry, of course it's nothing wrong in it. Once when you say it is industry, this is an industrial solution. SAP is a provider of enterprise resource planning, and SAP has given a hospital management enterprise resource planning. There is a module of hospital management by SAP, which is See, an enterprise resource planning means all the factors. It is financial, it is production. There, over here in this industry, it's not a production, but it's a healthcare. Then your HR, your inventory, everything is taken care. Everything. Once when everything is being taken care, and that too in a network integrated solution, that will cost. Of course it will. So for a small organization, that may not be so easily feasible to have the solution like SAP. But there are low-end solutions too. Anywhere, anytime, and management of the practice. You will have, you go on surfing and you will get hundreds and thousands of solutions. But in fact, this is what the integration is, how and what you are supposed to integrate is on one part you have the technology, you have the tools, on the other part you have your organization, in the other part the environment and the tasks. But to manage everything, one has to identify each and every process very minutely. Every process is to be identified, every process is to be benchmarked. And what do I require at what time? If I know it, I can very well integrate it using the information technology. Once when I say patient, definitely first comes to my mind is a patient record. Manually, we were maintaining patient records, and now there are not less than 1,000 softwares available for patient records and patient entry, patient history taking, everything. Then